into those ones. They are lost causes. I don't know. Àwọn èèyàn ṣe àwọn tí máa spend time mi láti máa try láti ṣe explanation fún. I'm just putting it out there. For àwọn tó báyìí ní ọpọlọ díẹ̀ kò ń ṣe àwọn jokem set o. Àwọn kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ sọ fún àwọn jokem o. Wàá mọ̀ ṣá ti bá sọ tán tá a bá rẹ́ni tó.
Mi mọ̀ kọ́ tẹ̀ ń sọ lọ́wọ́ mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọlé ni mo kàn gbóhùn ọkọ wa mo ní nǹkan ọkọ wa ni ẹ jẹ́ mo máa mute ẹ jẹ́ mute.
So tá a bá rẹ́ni tó kàwé tó gboyè tó kàwé Yorùbá tó gboyè then bóyá wọ́n lè wá fọwẹ́wẹ́ ní Yorùbá lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan fún wọn. But I will explain it in English that the layman will even understand. That's ní ẹni tó bá tiẹ̀ gbọ́ tátàtà go and come in English. So basically, this issue has been on since 2023. Joseph Aloba came online to ask Omowumi for DNA test of Liam. That is not sure that Liam belongs to Mohbad. After defaming Omowumi in several interviews, several media chats, saying all sorts of things, accusing her of all sorts of things. So he now came online saying, oh, he even wants DNA of that boy. And he didn't stop there. He went further. He asked his lawyers to write to Omowumi that Omowumi should submit herself for a DNA testing of Master Liam. Since he has involved lawyers, and Omowumi also have legal representative, those ones wrote back to them. Okay, that's good. It's a nice move. But because you have made it official now, can you head to the court and get a court order that will grant you the order and compel Omowumi to do this DNA test? Because if you had come in a family way, in an informal way, we would have found a way around this. But now that you have written a letter, you've published the letter online, you've gone online to ask for this thing, please get a court order. So Joseph Aloba proceeded to file an application to the courts. Application saying, I want this young lady to submit her child for a DNA testing because I'm the grandfather and I need to know if this child is my grandson. So they met in the court, both Representative Odumosu and Barrister Kabir. So the case came up and the lawyers argued that, are you asking this thing because you have the right to ask for it? Or you are asking as a form of request? Are you making a plea for this? So the court saw the point Barrister Kabir raised, the point of law that by law, there is no law saying that you have the right. You cannot go to the court that the court should grant you something that doesn't belong to you by standard. You go to court to either enforce your right, that oh, this thing belongs to me, I want it, or somebody has taken this thing from me, get it back for me. Those are the things you go to court on a civil matter for. So the court, knowing that there is no law, there's no right, there's no merit to their case, but because of the circumstances surrounding the case, the court offered that they should go for ADR to go and settle this dispute through another means. More like go together, Elojo Joko, talk about what you want, see if you can come up with something, bring it to me, let us have a look at it, then we can have a ruling on this. So they went, of course, Josie was running here and there, as usual. So eventually they agreed on some terms after several months. And part of the terms they agreed on is that they will do this DNA test in recognized hospitals in Nigeria. Joseph Aloba will bear the cost. Omowumi will submit Master Liam for this DNA testing at the hospital of their choosing. The court should compel whoever is in charge of Mohbad's body at the Yaba Military Hospital to allow doctors to take samples from the body. And Omomina included in that agreement that after doing these things, since everything is in the public needs to know the result also. Although Joseph Aloba contended that he didn't want that to happen, that it should be a family something in the court and they should just know it and everybody should go about their business. Omomi insisted no, that the public must be aware of the result of this DNA since they have been involved in it from the beginning. And that was the condition. Omomi said, even if I concede to anything, on this one, I will stand. Otherwise, there won't be any agreement if the public will not know about it. So since Josie knew that there was no way forward without that, he had to agree that, okay, we will agree to that one. So they took the agreement, whatever they have said in there, they took it to the judge. The judge read it. Omomi was not in the court that day. The judge had to call Omomi and that they should put her on a video call. That I've seen this agreement. Is this you? Are you okay with the terms here? Everything in here, are you okay with it? Are you ready to go forward? And she said yes. And the judge said, okay, that although I have 21 pages of ruling here, because the judge already had his ruling, that of course the judge will rule by law what is obtainable by law. Your guess is as good as mine. There's no law empowering Josie to ask for this. But we don't want to go there. The judge said, although I have my 21 pages that I want to read out for my ruling already, but because you guys have come to an agreement, I will set aside that ruling and I will endorse this your agreement. I will appoint a welfare officer to monitor this DNA with you guys because you guys want it monitored by the court. And the hospital, go ahead and choose your hospital aside from this particular hospital in Ibadan. I keep forgetting the name. I think this teaching hospital.
UCH.
Yeah, UCH. And why the court excluded UCH was because Joseph Aloba raised in the court then that he had already paid UCH. The pathologists, remember that the pathologists that took sample from Mobad for their own toxicology test and everything, and autopsy, was from UCH. He now said to the court that even for the DNA, he had paid that pathologist. And the court was like, what do you mean? Another, you don't know if we're going to grant you or not, you already made payment. That will look suspicious. If you paid somebody already before coming to us to ask for us to give you another, it means that person has been paid for a service. We don't know what you have discussed with them. That is going to look suspicious to the public, more like you're walking to an answer. That in that case, we will not allow that. Go ahead, take any other hospitals in Lagos, in Nigeria, aside from that hospital you mentioned there. And the court ruled. That kind of judgment, you call it consent judgment, because both parties came with an agreement that, oh, I consent to this, I consent to this. Please just endorse it for us. This is what we agreed on. So it was not, the court did not compel anybody. The only order the court issued back then too was a court order telling the doctors, the custodian of Moba's body at the Yaba Military Hospital, that whenever these guys come, allow them to take samples from the body. Because the body is not in the possession of these people. They need an authority granting them access to that body. That was the court order the judge issued then. And that is still the court order in play up till today. So weeks went by, months went by. Josie sat on his hands. He didn't do anything. Among his lawyer, they were writing to Joseph Aloba through his lawyer, that when are we doing this thing? Come up with the hospitals. Let us know when you're ready to take samples. They will write back. At the point they wrote back that, yes, we have this hospital and we have this hospital. And Miss Lawyer said, okay, that's fine. For us to be protected from our own end too, we had this particular hospital to it too. We will pay for it from our own money. They said no, that that hospital, they have had some news about the hospital. The hospital has some scandal, things like that. They should choose another hospital. Lawyer said, no issue. Oh, we choose another hospital. They chose another hospital. They kept on writing to Odumosu. That's to Jossy through Odumosu. There was no response. And the last one they wrote to him, Odumosu wrote back that, oh, I'm replying this your mail out of courtesy, professional courtesy, because we no longer represent Joseph Aloba. That was the time Joseph Aloba fired Odumosu. That, oh, he doesn't have trust in Odumosu. He saw Odumosu's lawyer laughing with Miss lawyer or talking about something doesn't know. He feels maybe they are colluding or they have the lawyers compromised. He's free to think whichever way he wants to think. He fired Odumosu. At that point, nothing was moving again. Letters were written to Joseph Aloba directly. He did not respond to any. He did not recognize any one of the letters because he was not ready for the DNA test. Then Omomina thought, what can we do? The public is waiting on this. This looks like the weapon Joseph Aloba is using to fight Omomi in the public, shouting about DNA in the public. But when he gets back to his room, he's saying that the public are stupid. That who will ask for DNA when he already knows that this child belongs to his son. Basically, that's what he was doing. So Omomi proceeded to the court that this man is not ready to do this DNA after like 6 months now. Omomi now brought an application to the court that give me the same order you gave this man to be able to assess Mohbad's body. This order will allow doctors to assess the body so that they can take sample. Then they will take sample from my own son to Liam. And the court will still monitor the process also. And the DNA will be done. Results will be released to the public. Because the card Joseph Aloba was holding was that the order was issued to him to take to Yaba Hospital. So the order is with him. He's the owner of the order. Omomi, because she wanted this to be done on time so that the public can have closure on that particular aspect, she approached the court with an application that we've been waiting on this man for so months. He has done nothing. There's nothing we can do. We can't go and force him to go and get anything we do right now. It will look like we're hiding something. So let the court still monitor it. Grant us this order so that they can allow us access the body. And that is what we meant by Omomi now says she wanted to do her own DNA. Not her own DNA like Omomi doesn't know that she gave birth to Liam. It will be stupid of anybody to think along that line. But then we know we are dealing with a whole lot of stupid fools here. So that is what Omomi approached the court for. Upon hearing that Omomi approached the court, Joseph Aloba, through his newest lawyer, Shitu, went straight to the court too. That they want to go and do the DNA abroad. Again, you know we are dealing with stupid people. Any right thinking person can easily Google it. That do they do DNA in Nigeria? All the hospitals and all the clinic or laboratory in Nigeria, what they serve as is collection center. Meaning all they do, all their doctors, their lab technicians, their nurses, whoever they are in the hospitals, they clinic, all they do is collect the samples, seal the sample, send it abroad for testing, analysis, and they send back the results. So meaning all DNA effectively, they are being done abroad. But Sanshitu with Joseph Aloba, somehow, I don't know, they got it wrong in their head. They sent an application to the court that they want to do DNA abroad because they saw the application number sent to the court too. So the court asked both of them to come, and the court said, we have two applications here. It will be an abuse of process to work on these two applications. This case was originally initiated by Joseph Aloba. Let us look at his own application and decide on that. Then the lawyer they sent read out the application that they want to do it abroad and things and like. And the judge busted into laugh, like, do it abroad? Did they do it in Nigeria before? Then the court now took the step because the court already knows about the application of Omomitu, even though they didn't attend to it in the open court. They know that, they just wanted to expedite this process to make it faster. That way, the court now decided to impose itself on the case. That anyway, they're not doing DNA in Nigeria. All DNAs are being done abroad. Samples are only collected in Nigeria. And that would be the extent of anybody's involvement, both parties' involvement in this DNA saga. Both Joseph Aloba and Nomomi and their representatives, meaning their involvement will end at sample collection. Joseph Aloba will present himself at the Yaba Military Hospital. Omomi will also present herself or their representative or with their representative. They can choose to send their representative. They can choose to be there with their representative, whichever one suits them. It's fine if Joseph Aloba, after all, this is not his first time. Àti gbọ́tọ̀ sọ fún pé ó lọ ń wọ ọmọ ẹ̀ ní hospital lọ ń wò lórí ọ̀sẹ̀sẹ̀. So if it's fine, Ọlọ́run kan pé kádàrá tiẹ̀ nìyẹn pé kóun máa wòkú ọmọ. So kò sí nǹkan tẹ́nibọ̀dì lè ṣe sí. Bọ́lọ́run ṣe yan tiẹ̀ fún nìyẹn. So he can choose to be there or send his representative. That's his own cup of tea. So the judge said once they collect the sample, once they identify the body, that, this is Mohbad. Joseph Aloba or his representative will identify, truly, the sample you're about to take is from the remains of Mohbad. And they will also confirm that the other sample you're taking is from Liam, not from any other boy. That is their purpose of being on ground. And once that has been done, the sample will be sealed. Now let me take a brief moment to explain chain of custody. Chain of custody is not just, it's more like a legal process of ensuring that there is no contamination, there is no undue influence, there is no way of manipulating an evidence or a piece of information. Meaning, everybody that comes in contact with that evidence, with that sample, with that information, they will be identified, they will be compelled to sign, and meaning they can be summoned for questioning and interrogation at every point in time. That is what they are consenting to. So for chain of custody, there's usually a form you call chain of custody form. In this case now, for this DNA, by the time they are collecting the samples, everybody there will sign that chain of custody form. Meaning they can be compelled to appear before a court if there's any issue, to come and explain their involvement, what they did, what they saw, and everything. They can be compelled at that point. Once they get the sample, they will seal the sample, and the seal will be signed by Omomi's representative, Joseph Aloba's representative, the welfare officer who is for the court also. That will be signed, the seal will be signed. And cannot be broken. If it's broken before it gets to any other person, that person must document it in the chain of custody form. Otherwise, they will be held responsible when the time comes. If anybody comes back, maybe there's a dispute later on, and they need to trace whatever happened in that line, in that chain. Up to abroad, up to the result analysis, everybody in the clinic abroad that came in contact with that sample or that comes in contact with that sample, they will have to sign that chain of custody form too. Meaning they are putting themselves at the mercy of the court. They are saying, this is what we got. We are ready to testify to it. That is how you maintain the integrity of that process back to the court where the result will be sent. So that is what the court said they will step in to do. That once the sample is taken, these guys go home and rest. Once the result gets back to us, we will call you guys and we will disclose what the result is. Then you can now do whatever you like with it. So talking about mommy doing her own DNA, I believe the ones with still some maybe mosquito brain that did not understand the explanation before, by now I'm sure you understand what we meant, what I meant by mommy doing her own DNA. Meaning the DNA that will not involve us going to Joseph Aloba, that Baba, when do you want to do it? Which hospital do you want to choose? When do you want to do this one? That is our own. Meaning she will be the one getting the doctors, taking the doctor to Yaba with the order, with the court officer there, them taking the sample from Leah and taking it for testing and analysis. So that is the meaning of Omomi's DNA in that instance there. So if anybody still don't understand this one by now, irú orí yẹn ò dẹ̀ ń ṣe orí tó lè
Jésù máa fi dé àwọn eléyìí ò lè gbọ́ ẹ máa tanra yín ẹ̀kọ́ dísà láti bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ ni torí ẹ tún máa sọ tó lóyìnbó ńláńlá ẹ̀ ń lo custody the application of custody fún àwọn jókè tí wọ́n kàwé fún lẹ́ni tí crunchy queen kàwé fún lẹ́ni tó sọ pé ẹjọ́ o ẹ máa bóun break ẹ̀ dáhùn ṣe wọn pọ́n ti sọ pé àwọn ò kàwé ṣé àwọn lẹ ṣàdúró òyìnbó tó báyìí fún ẹ máa tanra yín ẹ ti sọ pé àwọn kan lẹ bá sọ̀rọ̀ àwa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tuntun sọ fún so a ti gbà á lágbélébù tiwa àwọn eléyìí tí Jésù máa fi dé nǹkan tó máa ń dùn mí ṣe bọ́ sọ́pọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́mọ tó dàgbà ńlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ yẹn sì ṣèbó ní kọ́ yẹ kọ́ pè kánú àwọn ọmọ wọn ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe gọ̀ làwọn ọmọ yín gọ̀ ni ṣé nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ gbọ̀n làwọn ọmọ yín ẹ jẹ́ pè kánú wọn pé wá jókòó síbi èyí tó kéré nú ọmọ mi gan mi gbọ́dọ̀ pé kó wá ṣàlàyé nǹkan tó ń sọ yìí kó má break ẹ̀ down ẹ pè wọ́n pé òyìnbó ilé wà kò ṣe é bú ó normal ayé ìgbàanì lọ bí yín ìgbà ayé 19 kòkòrò kòkó ìgbà ayé ibi tán ti ń mú wọn mẹ́gbẹ́ skiddles bí ẹ̀yin eléré kan dó wọn lóyún ìgbà yẹn I understand kò ń ṣe problem so nǹkan tẹ́kọ̀ọ́ need ni kẹ́ pè kánú àwọn ọmọ yín tí gbogbo wọn ò bá ń ṣe dìdìrìn tó ọ̀jẹ̀ tí ìlọlé ọkọ tán ẹ pè wọ́n pé ẹ wá ṣe bí wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣì ní làákà ìdí ẹ̀ jókòó báyìí ní tí wọ́n ń sọ lóyìnbó ìjọba ń tú sí wẹ́wẹ́ ó simple bàjẹ́ olóṣì yín yóò ṣe á máa parọ́ fún yín àwa ta tún máa fún yín ní full details ẹnu yẹn tún máa ṣe bólobòló
mi wọ́n ní ẹ ó jọ
okay sorry mi mọ ẹ wò mo mí náà pípì lé ní o ẹ mọ yáwà tí mo fi gbọ́ orí burúkú ọ̀rọ̀ tán sọ látàárọ̀ okay.
So, and to put the record straight again, the court did not grant any other order to Joseph Aloba during the last sitting. The court only imposed themselves, as it should be, that they will monitor the process, they will make sure the process is free of any form of manipulation or stain. And that's what the court said they would do. So they didn't tell Josie, go and do your DNA abroad. No. Josie came out to tell you that Josie is lying clearly. Josie is a liar, is a known liar. The court did not tell him, go and do your order abroad, go and do your DNA abroad. The court said they will undo the process because the court knows that there is no DNA being done in Nigeria anyway. And for the stupid ones also, tẹ́ bá dáwọ́ plane ticket àbí tẹ́ lọ gba visa fún Josie náà ní bó fẹ́ travel lọ pẹ̀lú DNA lọ sí abroad ẹ fowó jó gẹ̀lẹ̀dẹ́ ni o. Josie is going nowhere with the sample. In fact, Josie will be the last person tó máa jẹ́ kó ní ẹ̀ sample yẹn. Knowing who Josie is. In fact, even if you don't know Josie, seeing him talk online, seeing the kind of fame he has gotten out of the death of his son, seeing how much he wants to milk the situation, the death of this boy. Nobody will allow him near his sensitive stuff like that. You know Josie will do anything in his power to get his way, to make himself look right to the public. If you have come out without even ascertaining if the child belongs to you or not, and you have given this much defamation, you've gone to the length of it. You've gone like oti jai jayeton won pe kò sí nǹkan míì tó lè ṣe mọ́. So who would allow such a man near something as important as that? A man that will come out and say, ọbọ ọmọ mi wí, ọ̀nà wèrè kúrò lórí ọmọ mi. And the next day, the newspaper will try to amplify that for him. It will say, irọ́ ohun ọ̀sán ọkọ̀ tó jọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, wọn ò ná ọmọ òun, wọn ò búlì ọmọ òun. Is that a man you want to trust? A man that you gave almost 100 million to, àbí how many million tó bá fi máa ṣe lọ́tùn lósì, more than that, and cannot account for it. Is that a man you will trust with a sensitive information like that, or a sensitive stuff like that, and you will allow him near such a sample? No. The court is not stupid. They will not allow Josie near it. Josie will travel o. Gbogbo Èkó ti sú òun, kìíní kan ti sú òun yẹn kò lọ anywhere o. Josie is going, in fact, I can tell you for free. Ẹ lè try ẹ wò. Ẹ try láti process visa fún Joseph Aloba. No country will grant Joseph Aloba visa. Gbogbo nǹkan tí Joseph Aloba ti sọ ló wà online bẹ́ẹ̀. Gbogbo nǹkan tó ti sọ without any strand of evidence. Gbogbo defamation. Bó ṣe defamation for Bana ṣe bó padà wá bẹ̀bẹ̀ online. Ta ni ò ṣe defamation fún? Just to see if they can come around to support him, and he did the online yẹn. Joseph Aloba has been going behind, calling people out, behind, cursing them out. Ní pé yẹn kọ́ bá òun gbé ogún ọmọ òun. Is that the man you will trust with any vital stuff? No. All he wants is the money. He wants whatever belongs to Mohbad. And tell me, even if you're not a Yoruba man, anywhere in the world, yes, even the Oyibos that we feel like they don't, somehow we feel like they don't have some, in quote, custom or decency. Nobody would say, I want to inherit my son. Yeah, nǹkan ṣe ọmọ òun o, ọmọ òun lọ o, and the next thing to a máa lé ni pé òun fẹ́ inherit ọmọ yẹn. Òbí tí ò ní anything lọ́wọ́ gan, ìbànújẹ́ ló máa jẹ́ fún gan tó bá wá mú nǹkan fún gan. Ní pé nǹkan mú ẹ lélẹ́yìí. But Joseph Aloba is flaunting it. Openly is putting on the cloth of ọmọ ẹ̀ tó kú. Ó blend òun ni, ó wọ bàtà ọmọ òun blend òun ni. Fame will first step into the shoes. So tell me, is that the kind of man that anybody might trust with anything? People are saying it. Of course, people just feel it's not their business. Yes, that's the kind of attitude we have in our environment. If it's not affecting us directly, we keep quiet, we face our front, and we drink our juice. So that's the kind of environment we have. But people are seeing through this man. It's despicable. People are looking at like, what kind of man would do this kind of thing? What kind of a man lọ́mọ ẹ̀ máa kú tó máa jẹ alága bẹ́ríà yẹn? What kind of man lọmọ ẹ máa kú tó yẹ pé the only thing tó ọmọ ẹ fi sílẹ̀ láyé tó jẹ́ blood ọmọ ẹ ló máa kọ́ tà fáwọn aráàta without even confirming first, with nothing tangible. Ju ń pé àwọn kan sọ pé ẹ̀kan ló bára wọn sùn wọ́n fẹ́ ju ọmọ sílẹ̀ lórí kinní with nothing concrete. Let's even assume pé ọmọ yẹn ò ń ṣe ọmọ Mohbad. Would you not try to find out first?
Ọlọ́run ẹ̀ sí online látàárọ̀ gbogbo ìtẹ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń sọ àwọn BBC evidence lọ́wọ́ abẹ́yìn èèyàn ṣé mo parọ́ ni wọ́n ní ó ti confess fún Abu Ebẹ̀ wọ́n ní Karimo ti sọ pé wọ́n pààrọ̀ ọmọ ní kíní ẹ̀ sí online ẹ̀ lè understand nǹkan tẹ́tí ti gbọ́ lé ní o Ọlọ́run wọ́n ní Karimo ti sọ wípé wọ́n change ọmọ ní kíní dábàrádùn nǹkan tó ti sọ lé ní gbogbo ilé ìtẹ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń sọ yìí àwọn máa yín mú sí ibẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ yìí sí pé what's this saying tẹ́bá gbádùn nǹkan tó ti sọ lé pé evidence pọ̀ ń ta Wùmí ti confess Abu Ebẹ̀ pé Mohbad kan ló lọ ọmọ wọ́n máa lọ change ṣe bóònù ara Mohbad wọ́n ti lọ change nǹkan tó lọ ń change láti jọjọ́ yìí nìyẹn ṣáwọn èèyàn tẹ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń sọ explanation fún àwa jẹ̀kọ́ because àwa ti mọ gbogbo eléyìí bọ́ àwọn eléyìí wọ́n ní kò sí nǹkan tó lè gbé wá bá wọn àwọn ò lè gbà sẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ kó tí mo ti react báyìí tẹ́ bá rí nǹkan tó bí ti ṣe lé ní Star Cindy fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀.
ìyá mo ní túbá yín àdẹyọ kan ni wọ́n ní ìyá mò wọlé ó bá Wùnmí àtọkùnrin lórí bed so ìyẹn náà wà lára àwọn evidence.
ẹ ṣe o wọ́n ní ìyá níyàbọ̀ òṣìlẹ̀kùn kínní ó ṣílẹ̀kùn kejì nígbà tó máa ṣílẹ̀kùn kẹta báyìí ó bá ọkùnrin báyìí tó ń bá Wùnmí sùn lọ́wọ́ ni nígbà tí mo bá di travel ó ní so kí ló tún kù táwọn tún fẹ́ máa wá èèyàn tó lọ you suppose to say don take wa para like this these people wetin dem never take mouth talk today. wọ́n lóun ló fà á tí àmọ́ òfin sọ pé mi ì tí ì dalẹ̀ o wọ́n náà ṣìírí tó wà lọ́wọ́ wọn nìyẹn tán sọ pé mi ì tí ì dalẹ̀ o.
ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣé mi lè béèrè question lọ́wọ́ Mr. Python? Mr. Python.
ẹ ṣú ti ṣọ́ọ̀tì yìí.
ṣọ́ọ̀tì wo ni ẹ ṣé mo fẹ́ toast ọmọ ni.
ṣe bẹ́lẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ question rẹ̀ ní kẹ́ṣù ṣọ́ọ̀tì yìí.
Okay, now ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fẹ́ mọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan ni and I know you will be able to enlighten me. I remember that is it 2023 or something, there was a case between Atiku Abubakar and Tinubu in the US, and none of them was represented. They just said, I mean, none of them was there physically. They just sent their lawyers and the case was done. Now, all these diasporians that have gone out of their way to, libel, to defame and all that, is it possible? Is there a possibility of instituting cases against these people in their country of residences, even without Omomi being in those countries? Is it possible to institute cases against them by sending lawyers, getting lawyers to institute cases against them and make sure they are brought to justice, brought to book? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's very possible if you have a war chest. If Omomi has a war chest, or our supporters, they have, say for example, some 100 million somewhere sitting to use to prosecute these cases, it is possible.
Okay, Mr. Python, I think when it comes to money is available. We still have Mohbad's money with us, so we can use it for that case. Prof, go ahead, sir.
I just want the reason by
another narrative flowing to money now. Water now on this side. Sorry, Prof.
We are not here to. This is not a joke. Seriously, this is actually not a joke. I'm serious about this.
My response is actually a serious one too. So
Okay.
it's money, really. It's
But
possible. Well, mommy doesn't need to be there physically. If anybody is doing anything against her interests, she can take action. But ẹ mọ̀ pé òkúkú mọ́kà tó mọ́ roro náà, àwọn agbálẹ̀ ibẹ̀ ló ń ṣiṣẹ́.
a lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dájọ́ láti sìn lọ.
So at least I've given you I've given you a ballpark figure, 100 million. Then at least ó yẹ àwọn tó bá wà àwọn bíi márùn-ún àbí mẹ́fà abroad somewhere ó yẹ kó lè bring one to book because we know without stressing it, we know it costs a little bit more to engage lawyers abroad.
Exactly. Is it possible? Mr. Python.
It's possible. It is.
No. I wanted to ask another question, just a follow-up question. Would it be possible to set up a GoFundMe for this purpose?
Yeah, it is possible. It is possible. It is possible. That what's not possible? It is possible. Since we are talking about possibilities and not possibilities here now. So it is possible. If the supporters or if any single supporters or group of supporters feel, no, this thing should not go unanswered, because I can tell you for free, ọmọ mi ò lówó tó fẹ́ fi jà àwọn ọjà yìí. You can see that even most of these things, àwọn èèyàn ló ń fọ́mọ́ mi lówó ilé, ló ń ṣe ilé fọ́mọ́ mi ló ń ṣe tọ̀hún fún. So she doesn't have the money. So if some group of supporters or one, or, if they are interested, they can go about, they can set up GoFundMe. They can do it if they want. It can be done.
Okay. Because for real, this is going, I believe this is going to be a landmark suit because we need to actually face this thing head on. They have turned the social media into something else, and this is becoming, it's becoming uncontrollable. And I believe if there is a GoFundMe set up for this purpose to fight for the widow and the son who is a toddler and lost his father and has been bullied, I believe people will put money into that GoFundMe. And I believe people worldwide are are following this case, and there will be some people somewhere that will be willing to put their money into this landmark case, and something can come up. I think we need to look into this, sir.
Yeah, Prof, I agree with you. I see it from where you're seeing it from also. And but then what we need to know now is that there are competing priorities now. Among me, yes, we can fight from many fronts, but most of these things, it would be nice if it would be ethical, and it would be the right thing to do to get our endorsement on stuff like this. Because whether we like it or not, we need any sort of lawsuit needs our endorsement. So first, our endorsement is required for this. And that's when we now need to understand that she's fighting from many fronts right now. And she needs to pick her priorities. She needs to choose a battle. She can't fight from all angles. One step at a time. There will be a time will come where she would have, sorted things like, maybe DNA out, things like burial of her husband, things like some other things she feels she wants to do that we might not even know of. Then once she's done with that kind of thing, if this kind of idea is now pitched to her, yes, she can say, yes, I'm ready to support fully. I'm not saying I don't know what's on her mind. So I'm not saying whether she is not ready for this or ready for it. But at least from the little I can see from outside here, I know right now, the DNA is of priority now. And I know after that will be probably the burial of our husband. Yes, some of these people then can, if we now come up with ideas like this, we can keep talking about these kind of things in our private groups and things like that, so that at least ready for they will get prepared, so that when the time comes, if her mom is now ready, she can even be the one to come out and I wish I have the power or the money to do things like that. Then people will now tell her, don't worry, let's set something up for you.
I agree with you 100%. I was actually looking to towards after all this DNA, after all this, there and all that as well. But just to put it forward that, the team can start thinking towards that. If it is possible, we can start, thinking about it, talking about it. And when the time comes, it won't be like it's going to be impromptu. So it will be something we already have in our mind that there is a possibility that this can happen. So that's why I'm saying.
Yeah, it's possible. Cindy Mindy.
Ọkọ wa.
Báwo ni ọkọ mi?
Ó ga ẹ wò tẹ bá oríṣiríṣi stories wọ́n ti sọ léni yìí. Ó ga ọ. Ìyámọ̀ sọ pé Wùnmí ti bẹ̀ mí mo dẹ̀ ti gbọ́. Ìyámọ̀ wọlé ó ká Wùnmí pẹ̀lú ọkùnrin. So Ìyámọ̀ ti mọ̀ wípé mo kọ́ ló ní Liam. In fact, one on Temi's platform too, they said it that Liam doesn't belong to Mohbad. You know the story was, but wọ́n sunkún gan ṣá, wọ́n sunkún. Ẹkún yẹn.
Kí ni yẹn máa wá yọ kúrò ní ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ àbí kí ló máa fi kún ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀? But ó máa ń wà tiring láti deal pẹ̀lú stupid people.
Ẹ káalẹ́ Mr. Pythagoras.
Chubby, mo yìí fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé ṣé Chubby ò rí mi ni? Chubby kàn jẹ́jú mi síbí.
Báàkì tó ní kí Prof shoot shot wọn mo ti kí yín bóyá ẹ̀gbọ́n pé mo dárúkọ yín.
Chubby ní sẹ́.
Ẹ ṣeun o, ẹ wo ibi tó wà jò sí délé ni, ibi tó ti ṣe bàbá tó sọmọ nù wọ́n ti sì dé bèbè ẹ̀wọ̀n báyìí sí jòsí òmò ibi tó wù máa lọ mọ ẹ ṣọ́ra ẹ Mr. Pytha o.
Kọ́ sílẹ̀kùn ẹ̀wọ̀n fún lókù báyìí.
Ó fi ìfún lókù kó dẹ̀ ra wọlé kó ṣe ká ló. Ṣé Mr. Pythagoras, in as much as some people might not agree with nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ yìí. Ṣé àwọn people yìí wọ́n ní we ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mọ̀ wọ́n léèní. They will always come up with something and something. Ìgbà tí mo kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ gbà tó sọ pé DNA yẹn máa manipulate. Ìgbà tí wọ́n ti yá àwọn kan tún ní pé wọ́n ní wọ́n máa ṣe ní Nàìjíríà. Kò sí nǹkan tó lè ṣe ní Nàìjíríà gbàgbàgbàgbà. Ọlọ́pọlọ kúkú wọn ìkan tún ní ṣé body Mohbad tó ti yọ sample tí wọ́n rí inconclusive ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lọ títí fẹ́ yọ ṣé rí gbogbo kínní èmi ò lè mi sọ ẹlòmíì because téèyàn bá wò even tá bá mọ̀ tó yẹ pé gbogbo ìgbà yẹn tó yẹ pé when this thing started right tó yẹ pé a máa lọ tó yẹ pé everything máa end up láti dín pé you are kinní kan, you are dumb, you are stupid, you are kinní kan. Listen, we can see clearly pé àwọn tá à ń bá sọ àwọn tó yẹ pé a wà nínú justice pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ yìí I'm telling you -0 ní IQ wọn. There are some things that you will just sit down on you jókòó they don't have to teach you, it's just common sense, but these people they don't have this common sense and I think pé wọ́n ti sọ di habit fún ara wọn débi pé if anything about ọmọ mi especially wèrè kan tó pè ní Ezuflix yẹn anything that comes out about Omowunmi, they want to manipulate it, they want to change it to something that will suit them. Tom if you feel good. Okay, now Mr. Pythagoras, níbí báyìí lẹ ti ń ṣàlàyé nípa ọ̀rọ̀ DNA. Níbí báyìí lẹ ti ń ṣàlàyé pé this is the reason why tí Omowunmi ṣe ní pé òun náà fẹ́ ṣe DNA tòun jossy náà kìnnìkan. Níbí báyìí lẹ ti ṣàlàyé fún wa pé nínú kóòtù gangan ló ti sọ pé nígbà tí jossy sọ pé abroad ló ń fẹ́ ṣe wọ́n ń ṣe DNA kankan Nàìjíríà ni. And to so many kìnnìta ti gbọ́. Even it's so easy for these people to just go there and get that information. But because of their stupidity, because they are so hatred yẹn ó ti jẹ gbogbo ilé ayé wọn tán pátápátá. They don't even have just a drop of kindness. Nínú wọn rárá, they don't have that single drop of kindness in them again. Gbogbo ara wọn, gbogbo orí wọn, gbogbo everything about them is hatred. Ẹ máa bọ́ síta, ẹ máa sọ nǹkan mi. And tẹ́ bá sọ yẹn, wọ́n tún wá ní sọ lásán o. Kan sọ pé kíní, wọ́n máa ní Omowunmi yẹn ó sọ pé kíní kan, Omowunmi yẹn ó ṣe pé báyìí. Kí ló tó ṣe ní pé òun ò tètè ṣe DNA tẹ́lẹ̀? Kí ló tó ṣe wá sọ pé òun fẹ́ lọ ṣe DNA tòun? Ókè sìn, àwọn wèrè méjì kan sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Ìkànnì Omowunmi tó fẹ́ lọ ṣe DNA tarẹ̀, báwo ni Omowunmi ṣe máa ṣe? Omowunmi ní òun lọ ṣe DNA nígbà tí bàbá ò tètè dáhùn lóhùn, right? That was the reason why she came up with tí wọn bá ti dáhùn kíkọ́ tún jọ kán agree fún òun kóun lọ ṣe ti tòun. These people now turn it to be Omowunmi olóhùn lọ ṣe DNA ti tòun. Ṣé Omowunmi fẹ́ lọ ṣe DNA òun àti Liam ni for what reason? Ó tún yá, wọ́n tún ní nígbà tó mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ kí ló tó ṣe. These people will keep coming up with so different things. I'm telling you, Mr. Pan, èmi lèmi sọ o. Kéèyàn tiẹ̀ máa sọ pé when you come like bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wá ń sìn tẹ́ ṣàlàyé gbogbo ẹ̀, let us just leave it like that. Bí irú gbogbo nonsense tó ń sọ yẹn, do we even have to be like kíníkan tó sọ? No, irú bá ṣe tí fi wọ́n ṣe látàárọ̀ yẹn, that is the way it should be. Because looking at it, these people are dumb, Mr. Pythagoras. Not only dumb, they are kí lórúkọ ẹ̀, wọ́n ti sọ irọ́ wọn, irọ́ wọn ti di òótọ́ fún wọn. Inú wọn ò dùn, wọn ò láyọ̀ rárá bó ti kéré wọn ò mọ̀. And they can never have that joy. Wọn ò láwọn ọmọ tó ń dùn wọn nú. Their heart is wicked. Tó bá ní pé heart èèyàn wà wicked tẹ́ pé kó jẹ́ paper lásán lọ́ní àwọn Omowunmi di paper yìí mú, they would never see anything good in that just paper lásán tí Omowunmi mú dání. They will not see anything good in it. Ọ̀dẹ́jú kẹ́mù tó jẹ́ ìwọ tó jẹ́ ìyá àgbàlagbà òní àtàwọn yẹn bá pọ̀ ọmọ ọdún márùn-ún, ṣó ti ẹ̀yẹ kẹsì kẹ́ máa ro nǹkan burúkú towards pé nǹkan tí ìyá máa bèrè lọ́wọ́ Omowunmi. If truly you people, if tó bá yẹ pé ìyá nìyí, are you not supposed to even look at it that pé Liam ọmọdé ìsọ bàbẹ́rù, báwo lọmọdé ṣe máa feel when it gets to a point tó yẹ pé tó bá lọ sí school tí bàbá àti ìyá àwọn èèyàn kan bá jọ wá sí school pẹ̀lú wọn, báwo lọmọ yẹn ṣe máa feel? Tẹ́ bá gbọ́ nǹkan táwọn people. So to me èmi lèmi sọ o, they are not worth anything pé kéèyàn máa wò pé wọ́n á sọ báyìí kíní kan yẹyẹ tá tí fi wọ́n ṣe o ti in fact ó ti better òun nìyẹn sìn wọ́n láwà sọ ń bíbá pé Mohbad Liam gangan kò ń ṣọ ọmọ Mohbad aṣọ ni ṣáwa ń bẹ̀gbà tó dóra wọn ni ṣáwa ń bẹ̀gbà tí jossy lọ mú Omowunmi lọ gbàdúrà lórí òkè ṣáwa ń bẹ̀gbà tí Omowunmi tí Mohbad sọ fún bàbá ẹ̀ pé òun lòun jálé iléeṣẹ́ Omowunmi. We were not there. ṣáwa ń bẹ̀ ńgbà tí ọmọ mi lọ bímọ ẹ̀ ni àbí ìgbà tó ń ṣe antinata. So whatever tí tó bá wọn kọ́ sọ we said it ni jiyàn ṣé rí wèrè ló máa bá àwọn people ibi tí mo rí wọn dé ni mò ń sọ yìí wèrè ló máa bá wọn jiyàn gbogbo nǹkan tó bá sọ wọn ò bá sọ pé ẹnkúlé George ló ti ṣe DNA ẹnkúlé ẹ̀ náà ikọ́ tí dàda yín fẹ́ dà kó wá dà wọ́n ṣàlàyé fún wèrè kan nu wọn lé ní pé DNA
Chubby ẹ̀yin lẹ́dẹ̀ wá ebi dẹ̀ tún wá wo again ẹ̀yin lẹ́dẹ̀ tún wá ń pa àwọn people lẹ́dẹ̀ you know these people are actually geniuses because
really in what way?
yes because pẹ̀lú ọpọlọ ayan orí wọn they can still think nǹkan tẹ̀ ilé rọ́rọ̀ sọ lẹ́dẹ̀mọ̀ imagine you seeing ta ló bóyá ìjàpá pẹ̀lú orí ẹ̀ tó kéré yẹn ọpọlọ náà lè má pọ̀ if you seen a tortoise trying to build a mansion ṣé ẹ lè rí pé this one is genius so with their level of reasoning if you see them crossing the road if you see that they can eat oúnjẹ ọdẹ sápá wọn lórí it's something that is surprising because ẹ máa wonder pé pẹ̀lú wọn bá pọlọ yín kíní tẹ ní ìyẹn tẹ ń sọdá títí lójoojúmọ́ mọ́tò òdẹ pa yín dànù.
ọpọlọ wọn yẹn wọn ò gbúdọ̀ máa fi sọdá títì o.
wọ́n ń lo mọ́tò òdẹ pa wọn tó bá lọ yín ṣe.
bóyá wọ́n kíní ni wọ́n wo street walk lọ fi ń ṣe àbí kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ máa ṣó èèyàn tó bá wà níwájú wọn ò ní wà níwájú rárá èèyàn tó bá wà níwájú wọn lọ máa follow ní ìrò bí wọ́n lè dá fún títì bó ṣe wà yẹn ní ìrò bẹ́ẹ̀ ní ìrò bí wọ́n lè dá sọdá títì ẹ sọ títí ẹ máa wọ àwọn wèrè jókèmù ẹ̀yin lẹ sọ ń gbà kan Joseph Aloba can never do wrong in my eyes you come for Josie I come for you wèrè màmá yẹn dẹ̀ tó wá ń sọ lẹ́nu pé Joseph Aloba kìíní kan báyìí kìíní ṣé rí nǹkan tó tún ẹ̀ tí máa ń fọ́ nísìnyí náà ra àwọn pípé yìí pé tó bá ti bú Josie lọ tára bá ti ta wọn kàn ní bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lọ́mọ ohun mi wọ́n ní pé kó ṣe kíní kankan ṣé bí Josie lẹ̀ ń fọ́lò kí ló mú yín tẹ̀ máa bá Josie yín lọ kí ló tún kan tọmọ ohun mi nínú gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ sọ ẹ ṣáà máa fẹ́ attach kankan mọ́mọ́ ohun mi yẹn ṣáá ni wọ́n ti fi ṣe yín to me gbogbo ẹkún tán sìn they should continue at this point in time there is nothing that I feel that these people will come out and say that will shake anybody or that will feel like kìíní kan yes a lè fi wọn pápá olórí burúkú ni iye yìí máa bàjẹ́ ni àbí olòṣì ni máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló ṣe kíyàn máa fi wọn pa kíyàn máa fi wọn ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ kíyàn máa fi stupidity wọn how stupid they are kíyàn máa fi ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ òun ló kù. I am telling them or trying to correct whatever narrative they are bringing out. It doesn't worth it to me. That's all right, Prof.
Mr. Pythagoras, tí ò bá ṣe pé àwọn bíbí yóò gbà ní wọ́n ti give court order. ṣé bí ṣe lẹ́yìn kọ́ èdè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní péjọ sí pé ẹ̀sà ṣé owó wà ńlẹ̀ ṣe ti san owó tó máa fi ṣe kíní àbí ká tètè bá yẹn wáwó kọ́ tètè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní dáwó. Àwọn olórí
wọ́n ní kóòtù gangan wọn trust kóòtù gangan kó tún ṣe pé kóòtù gangan máa gbé
wọn ní kúre.
wọ́n ní kóòtù gangan fúnra rẹ̀ ọ̀dọ̀ jókèmẹ́ má bínú Prof lọ́tí sọ fún wọn nírọ̀lẹ́ yìí pé tó bá ṣe ní Nàìjíríà yes àwọn lè sọ pé wọ́n lè change specimen wọ́n ní bọ̀ tó bá jẹ́ pé abroad ni kò possible pé wọ́n lè manipulate ẹ̀ ibẹ̀ lè lómi ti sọ pé kí ni wọ́n lè manipulate kó tó gbé lọ́nkọ́ kó tó ṣe kí ni tí mo bá àwọn people ìṣe máa ronú ṣá if tó bá sọ fún ẹnìkan ní US ò ní fẹ́ by reputation wọ́n jẹ́ o wọ́n á fẹ́ make sure pé kí ni.
ṣùgbọ́n mi tó bá ní òun kọ́ sí
good fún wọn báyìí.
tó bá sí wá ní pé kọ́ lọ sanwó díẹ̀
fún dry cleaning ẹ jẹ́ kọ́ lọ dry cleaning green ni.
ọmọ sanwó díẹ̀ ni Josie ò ní choice.
wọ́n ṣáà lọ sanwó kọ́ jẹ́ kọ́ ṣe díẹ̀ ni.
wọ́n ní wọ́n ti sọ pé Wòmí tó fẹ́ ṣe DNA fúnra ara ẹ̀ pé bóyá owó àbí kíní kan kíní. I can't even remember what that person that stupid
see, at the end of the day yes ma'am.
Okay, matter of fact èmi like nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ yìí ná èmi like ẹ̀ bó ṣe sunkún mi ò mọ̀ bóyá wà lórí platform lẹ́nìí mo ń jó lẹ́nìí mi ò wọ bra ṣe wà ń bẹ̀ nígbà tí mo ń jó yìí.
díwà ni ẹ ṣẹlẹ̀ tí wọ́n pè mí.
àwa ń bẹ̀ o.
mi ò wọ bra mo wá fọwọ́ mi gbá ọyàn mi méjèèjì mú mo wá jó because inú mi dùn wọ́n ń sunkún ẹkún yìí pọ̀ Mr. Pythagoras ẹkún yìí pọ̀ tó má ṣe gbé wá fún wa.
Mr. Adémi ẹgbẹ́ bá mi kọ́ọ̀tì ṣó yẹn kẹ bá ń sọ díẹ̀.
kí ló ń kọ́ọ̀tì bó ló ń kọ́ọ̀tì fún yín.
Pàìtà ẹ̀ lè rí nǹkan kan ó ti fọwọ́ pọ̀.
ibo ló ń kọ́ọ̀tì fún yín Mr. Pytha.
Ijó yẹn náà ni kájọ jójó
Fọwọ́
ayọ̀.
blọọkì ẹ̀ lè rí.
gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣe yìí kò move àwa máa fi wọ́n dúró.
Pythagoras ẹ̀bọ̀ ọ̀kan tó wá funny they were all going from one platform to the other. tó bá kúrò lọ́dọ̀ Tóyìn Àwáyé má ṣe rere wọ́n á bọ́ sọ́dọ̀ Kànfí tó bá kúrò lọ́dọ̀ Kànfí wọ́n á lọ sọ́dọ̀ same set of people náà ni wọ́n lọ sunkún kiri ni o wọ́n á bọ́ sọ́dọ̀ vengeance tó bá tún kúrò lọ́dọ̀ vengeance wọ́n á tún gbọ́dọ̀ ta ló tún ṣí fún wọn lẹ́nu tó tún lọ sunkún.
ọ̀gá mi ṣé tí ẹ mọ̀ pé ìjà ńlá kan ṣẹlẹ̀ tó tètè paná ẹ̀ Kànfí
mo gbọ́ yẹn láàárọ̀ ọyìn máa jàjà yẹn èèyàn burúkú
English base ló gba justice jẹ.
ṣé ọmọ kan táyì ṣe máa jàjà yẹn torí pọ́ọ̀kì ti lọ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ àmì ìwà mọ́ ibi tí mo ṣàpàdé kinní yẹn lórí Facebook mo tiẹ̀ dẹ̀ mo dẹ̀ tí mo pé mo fẹ́ play ẹ̀ lórí platform but mo àbíṣẹ́ ń gbà yẹn so mi pọ́ọ̀kì ti lọ sọ̀rọ̀ ń bì kan so ẹ mọ̀ pé nígbà tí kódà tó gbà tí pọ́ọ̀kì sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tán ni rich grace bọ́sà lòún ṣe ṣòtì ẹ̀ lóní ẹ tó bá fẹ́ lọ kó máa lọ yẹ pé pọ́ọ̀kì dẹ̀ ti sọ ní ìjẹta àbíjọ́ òun pé òun lọ òun wíṣì wọn well wípé òun ti ṣe justice tán nípò òun ṣe mọ́ nígbà tó fàdà tó fẹ́ bọ́sà tó fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́ọ̀bẹ̀ẹ́ lọ́ní kó máa sọ̀rọ̀ kọjá kọlù bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lọ ṣe wá abẹ́ kan fílẹ̀ ní nǹkan tó yìí máa sọ síta Tóyìn ni ò gbà nínú gbogbo wọn òun ló ṣàǹjọ ní mọ́nàpá ló ń fẹsẹ̀ jọ òun dẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ mi ò rò bí òun kò sí nǹkan kan agbófinfo ni Tóyìn kò ní nǹkan kan bó ṣe wà.
òun ló yọ̀lẹ́ jù nù wọn.
ó yọ̀lẹ́ ju só lọ ó ya ọ̀lẹ ju só lọ Tóyìn kò wúlò fún ìjọba ó ṣọ́ọ̀tì fòyìnbó bó ṣe wà kò wúlò fún wọn rárá ń bẹ̀ yẹn jí kẹ́kẹ́ máa parí my brother you know that's my brother is so nice my brother.
My
brother thank you my brother kò kọjá múrítà lọ́bọ̀ ó mọ́kàn ṣoṣo tí wèrè ẹ̀bí ọkọ̀ ẹ̀ tún gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ lọ́tọ̀ ni.
ó ń sọ fún nẹ́nẹ́ fílẹ̀ jẹ́ sọ fún nẹ́nà.
My brother ìlú òyìnbó náà wù kò wọ́n ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ẹ́ náà wù ni kò wọ́n ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ẹ́.
But the funny thing ni pé whatever gbogbo aró tó wọ́n kọ́kùn kan máa pa last the court will do what the court wants to do and they can go about shouting and the truth is that the DNA is not even for them to believe. The DNA is for some other purposes tó kọjá comprehension wọn tó kọjá òye àti ìmọ̀ wọn. It's not for them whether they believe it or in fact if the court decide that Tóyìn o ti di goat lẹ́ni o Tóyìn alámàlà ní pé goat lórúkọ a máa jẹ́ lẹ́ni there is nothing you can do about it fọwọ́ jábọ́ kó já ọmọ inú kó jẹ́sẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ goat ló máa jẹ́. So whether you now trust the court process or not, you don't have a choice.
Àwọn kan náà lọ máa ní ọmọkùnrin náà. Àwọn kan náà lọ sí Màdé kan àti ní ká lọ́mọ yẹn gan mọ̀. Ọlọ́run mọ̀ rẹ̀ kò gbé dẹ́ bá gbélé ọba bá yín ṣe kinní kan ni. Dẹ́ bá gbé yẹn kò ní ṣeé ṣe. Wọ́n dúró tì ní. Wọ́n ṣe kinní kan tì ní. Oh, come on now. Dẹ̀ fúnra yín sinmi ẹ̀yin people yìí. Ẹ fúnra yín sinmi. Ẹ ní ìdí sinmi.
Boss lady, please, is it possible they should allow them have DNA alongside with the court? Kò yé mi o, question yẹn ò yé mi.
Bóyá wọ́n mí pé bóyá fáwọn Wùnmí àti no wọn ò lè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ti explain ẹ jẹ́ ẹ tún ẹ clarify àbí tẹ́ bá fẹ́ wá sókè boss lady kẹ́ kí Mr. Pythagoras lè bá yín dáhùn. Yes ẹ lè come up ẹ wá sọ.
Trying to say ṣé àwọn náà lè lọ ṣe tiwọn lọ́tọ̀ wọn ò lè ṣe because court ti sọ fún wọn already pé wọn ò ní wà involved nínú ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tó bá ti gba specimen tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbà tó ti gba sample that's it ó tún dìgbà tó bá fẹ́ sọ result fún wọn kó tó ṣe so báwo lọ́run yẹn fẹ́ gba sample tiwọn.
Okay, that's
okay. Wọ́n ti wá sókè ó yẹ sọ̀rọ̀ boss lady.
Good morning, everybody. Actually, nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ try because mo ń wo bó ṣe ń sunkún láti ìjẹta yẹn kọ́ má bàa lè lọ para wọn kó tó kú de family oní family issue tó bá fẹ́ gba specimens ní ìlú bíọ́.
Ayé wọn kí ló dà fún yín boss lady gbà tó kù.
No, ẹ mọ̀ pé tó bá gba specimens ní tó bá lọ ṣe tó bá jẹ́ positive they will be able to ikú yẹn á lè easy fún wọn láti kú dànù. Tó bá pọ̀ máa kó sẹ́nu trailer ni wá lè kó sẹ́nu trailer.
Wọ́n ké táyà àtẹnitólì ghost ti sọ fún pé àníṣe olórí burúkú virginas ó dẹ̀ ń kà láàárọ̀ yìí at least àwọn ti ní confam pé 10 people ti confam ẹ̀ pé Mohbad Liam kì í ṣọmọ Mohbad Pọ́mọ́wùmí ti confam ẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀ ìyá Mohbad ti confam ẹ̀ àwa ti confam ẹ̀ Ṣadé ti confam ẹ̀ Kàrímọ́ ti confam ẹ̀ oníwèrè gidi ni bọ́bọ́ yìí gbọ́mọ lọ fọ́lọ́mọ dẹ̀ ní Satan àbí kí lorúkọ yẹn ló ń pariwo kiri lẹ́nìí ó ní Kàrímọ́ ní gbọ́mọ lọ fọ́lọ́mọ Abu Ebel ti confam ẹ̀ thank you bam Abu Ebel ti confam ẹ̀ gbọ́mọ lọ fọ́lọ́mọ ní Tanzania dẹ̀ ń pariwo lẹ́nìí pé for her to say gbọ́mọ lọ fọ́lọ́mọ ó mọ̀ pọ́ mọ́ yóò kí shit. Then Mohbad náà tún sọ pé Pọ́mọ́wùmí sọ fún Mohbad nínú Tanzania yìí ẹ bàjẹ́ mẹ́rin ó ní bí sábàdàgbọ́n ó ní because Pọ́mọ́wùmí tún sọ fún Mohbad nínú mọ́tò pé kí ló tó ṣe fẹ́ máa dójú ti òun àtọmọ òun ibi Pọ́mọ́wùmí tún ti confirm pé Liam kì í ṣọmọ Mohbad ní Tanzania ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o àbí kí lórúkọ ẹ̀ olóṣì alára gbígbẹ onífìlà bíi fìlà wọn pẹjapẹja ó tún ní ọmọ mi tún confirm by saying ni pé àwọn bàbá Liam òun ni ó tún sọ̀kan o ó ní ibi tí fídíò bíi tí ọmọ mi sọ pé òun àti fine boy ní pé do you want to know the secret behind this fine boy ó ní so gbogbo bẹ̀yẹn lọ́mọ mi ti sọ ó ti jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé Mohbad kan ló bí Liam wèrè gidi ní Tanzania ó tiẹ̀ lè jẹ́ Tanzania torí àwọn èèyàn rẹ̀ ló wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn bó ti kéré wù ú mọ́ olóòbùkú Tanzania tẹ́ bá rí kan náà bó ṣe rí ó dàbí dọ̀pẹ̀ mú Agége bí mà nìyẹn ṣe rí wọn àwọn pa àwọn bàbá àwọn ọmọ yóò dẹ̀ kí n sí tòsí tó máa ṣí yín fọ́ọ̀rùn pé dáàdi ọ̀rọ̀ játijàti òṣìwò tẹ̀lé ń sọ jáde lẹ́nu ṣọ́rọ̀ lẹ́ ń sọ yìí. Àwọn pípù yọ ọpọlọ yín yọ Ọlọ́run Jésù Kristi ọba ògo wàláhì àwọn ọmọ yín kò ń ṣèpè wọ́n máa ṣẹrú ayé ni àwọn ọmọ yín wọ́n máa ṣẹrú ayé ni Liam is not for love 80-70 náà sunkún òun wà 100% sure Liam ò kì í ṣe ọmọ Mohbad gbogbo àwọn tó ṣùọ̀ lẹ́nu àti Holy Spirit sọ fún àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ náà lọ́wọ́ fi ṣe yẹ̀yẹ̀ wípé ó bọ́sítà tó ń sọ pé Holy Spirit ló sọ fóun ẹ̀mí mímọ́ ti cover mi ẹni tí ò lè bọ́dà mi.
Sorry Chubby Ashima. Boss lady. So the question, if I get it again, ni pé ṣé lè gba sample ó dà pọ̀ ti dá yín lóhùn pé ṣáwọn náà lè gba sample tiwọn láti lọ ṣe again.
Yes, sir, that's the question.
No, at least not with this one. Kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ lọ ṣe náà. If you give anything to Joseph Aloba láti lọ ṣe at his own time or at anything, your guess is as good as mine. Joseph Aloba will come out with controversy, will come out with lie. Láàrin èmi àti yín, tá bá gbé sample Joseph Aloba lọ ń pé yá lọ ṣe wá, Do you think he will come out with something good? No, he won't, except if it's something monitored by the courts. If it's not monitored by the courts, Joseph Aloba will lie. The toxicology and autopsy they did the other time, if not because they will have to bring it to the courts to come and defend it in the courts, they would have come up with a whole lot of lies on it. They would have come up with a whole lot of narrative on it. One is upon worry, stab wound, Lara Mohbad. But because the pathologists, the hospital, everybody will have to come to the court and defend that results. And nobody wants to go to jail. That's why they had to follow the due process and do the right thing. So if you give Joseph Aloba an opportunity to lie, of course, he will lie. So there is no way they can give Joseph Aloba the opportunity of, oh yeah, we're not going sample. No, it will come out with controversies. It will complicate the issue the more. That's what he does for a living.
Thank you, sir. I actually have that in mind that it could do that. But or is it possible it should go the same way with I'm just thinking because I feel the way the autopsy was done, I think it really actually gives them the shock of their life. If court can also, at least there's no hospital that will know that court is Mashilon. They just want him and his family to please themselves by doing theirs also. Is it possible the same way the rule that involves around the autopsy also goes for the DNA?
It goes down to your rights. It goes down to what belongs to you. Because at the end of the day, Liam belongs to Mohbad and Omoumi, not to Joseph Aloba and Omoumi. Joseph Aloba has no right over Liam at all. None whatsoever. So if this were the reverse now, tó jẹ́ pé Omoumi ló sọ pé I want to go and do my own DNA tí court bá ṣe títí wọn tán, the court cannot stop her because òun ló lọ́mọ ẹ̀. Go and grab sample if you can get sample anywhere. Go and do your DNA. As long as you don't come to the court to lie, this your own is superior to it court without coming here with your doctors to come and defend the results. But then Joseph Aloba doesn't have the right over Liam. So kò lè sọ pé mo gbọ́dọ̀ lọ ṣe ti tèmi personal ti tèmi tí kankan tí ò kan supervision court in there. No, because òun kọ́ ló bí Liam. Liam belongs to Mohbad, belongs to Omoumi as it stands. So it doesn't have it. It comes down to, do you have the rights over this thing? So nǹkan tó ìgbà wọn láyé as family pẹ̀ lọ ṣe autopsy ní pòkè, family still owns the body eventually. Bodies of disease are not owned by the state. It belongs to the family. So if he's not representing the family and saying we want to go and do our own autopsy, and anybody go and do it now, you sabi, as long as you don't come here to call us liars, go and do it to please yourself. If Omoumi no bá pé àkọ́ọ̀tì gbogbo rọ̀bọ̀rẹ́bẹ tí Joseph Aloba ń ṣe yòókù kan mi o, I want to go and do my own DNA. If she has the sample of Mohbad somewhere, tí ò need the court order láti get the sample Mohbad yẹn, nobody's going to stop her from doing any DNA. In fact, Omoumi can do 1,000 DNA if she wants. Nobody will stop her. Tó bá ní kó mú Mohbad lé ní ibi tí Mohbad wà when he was alive. Àbí tó bá ní anything, any tissue belonging to Mohbad anywhere, or she can get access to it anywhere. Liam ọmọ ẹni anytime ló lè gba sample lára ẹ̀. Nobody will stop her. And that's why I was laughing the other time. Tó ń pariwo kí lè tó lọ ṣe secret DNA gan. If anything like that exists really, nothing is stopping her. In fact, bóyá court grant Joseph Aloba ní order láti ṣe DNA àbí ń pé ó yá àgbà ẹ̀ láì láti lọ ṣe DNA pẹ̀lú Liam, that does not stop Omoumi from doing the same DNA with 10,000 other people if she wants. Because the court is saying give boss lady 1 million naira. Doesn't mean I cannot give Chubby 1 million naira too, or I cannot give Eniyaburu 1 million, another 1 million naira. Pé a ṣe máa lọ fún Chubby ní 1 million. Nígbà tó ní kó fún boss lady, as long as you bá ti disturb ti boss lady.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Liam Aloba, Mr. Pythagoras. You know, tẹ́ bá fẹ́ gbọ́ àwọn pípì lábẹ́rẹ́, kílé tẹ́ bá ń gún wọn lórí iṣan.
Àìrá àwọn mi ló ń gún wọn lórí iṣan mi, ò ń gún anybody lórí iṣan.
Bóyá tí wọ́n ń gún wọn, tẹ̀lá tí yẹ kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ti sunkún lọ́la pé ẹni jòsí ò ní any right lórí Liam. Pọ́nmọ́ mi nìkan ló ní right. Ṣé ẹ tún fẹ́ wá gún wọn lórí iṣan? Ẹ bá máa pa àwọn pípì kíkú tó dé.
No, ṣé Jòsí the only time tí Jòsí lè sọ pé bóyá tó bá fẹ́ sọ pé òun lòun bí Liam lókun pé nǹkan kan wà láàrin òun àtọmọ́wùmí. Tó bá lè wá sí public wá sọ yẹn fún wa, then we can examine the truth in that.
Àròdà ẹ̀yẹ fi Mr. Pythagoras sílẹ̀ ẹ ṣàfẹ́ orí iṣan lẹ ti gún wọlé lèyí wọ́n máa tún sunkún lọ́la ń sìn. Bàbá tó lọ́mọ ẹ̀ ṣé kò yẹ kó jẹ wọ́n ti sọ pé Joseph ló máa jèrè Mohbad o. Wọ́n ní Joseph ló máa jèrè Mohbad.
Báwo ṣe máa jogún ọmọ tiwọn náà nìyẹn? Àdúrà tó
àwọn wèrè wọn ti Mr. Pythagoras wọ́n mọ̀ kó tó fọ́ọ̀nì fún àwọn pípù yìí tí wọ́n mọ̀ ní pé àwọn á fihàn pé àwọn ń support Jossy, àwọn ṣe kíní fún Jossy lẹ́bàá fún ọmọ ní bàbá bàbá tó lágùn wá ní kó má jèrè ọmọ ẹ̀ ó máa jèrè ọmọ ẹ̀ ó máa gbógun ọmọ ẹ̀ ní Jossy máa fabẹ́lẹ̀ ṣe pé fáwọn pípù yìí pé olórí burúkú ni tí ó bá jẹ́ pé ojú kòkòrò tó mọ́ òun náà ni ṣó yẹ kó òun jogún ọmọ òun a máa sọ fún wọn pé òun dá padà fún wọn. Ayé yìí pokúlùmùṣù ẹ̀yin pípù yìí ayé ó pokúlùmùṣù. Jossy ti fi style sọ fún yín lánàá pé èyí tẹ́ ẹ ṣètò ẹ máa lọ́lé òun ṣe DNA òun ò ṣe torí kankan òun ṣe torí ọ̀la Liam lè ṣe ní Jossy ọ̀la torí ọjọ́ ọ̀la Liam lòun ṣe nǹkan ẹni òde di méjì kìínú bí ni so ẹ̀rọ pé òun ló sọ Mohbad lọ́la di méjì nǹkan òde ní di méjì kìínú bí Jossy so kò rí i pé àti ìyàwó àkànní this race wọn Ọlọ́run yọ pẹ̀lú kan fífẹ́ wọ tuurutu lẹ́nu àwọn custody case wèrè ní gbogbo kọ́lọ́ Jossy wọ́n ní Jossy wọ́n ní gbogbo orúkọ àwọn tí wọ́n kọ pé báwo kí ló tiẹ̀ ṣe they said something.
Jossy can win custody case.
Ọ̀dẹ̀ làwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ máa ní Rótìmí tẹ́ bá gbọ́dọ̀ ọ̀dẹ̀ tí Rótìmí dẹ̀ sọ jáde lẹ́nu mo dẹ̀ wọ́n pé ṣọ́pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ lórí bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ṣàṣọdẹ̀ bímọ Rótìmí tó bá ti bímọ má wùlẹ̀ bímọ.
ìyẹn ò máa lọ́pọlọ ó má wùlẹ̀ bímọ tó bá bímọ bá lè fẹ́ tọ́ tọ́pọlọ ìlú ẹ̀ Rótìmí náà wèrè náà.
kò lè ọmọ yẹn kò lè wẹ̀ ó má wùlẹ̀ ṣọ̀pọ̀ lóhùn fẹ́ bímọ kó rọra gbà kó máa ṣe sáfù dédé ẹ̀ tó ń ṣe kiri kó máa ṣe kiri ẹ̀yin táyé yín ò dùn kò ta sánsán yìí Jossy ti sọ fún yín ẹ̀rọ máa lọ́ọ̀lì yín ètò ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó ti ní kẹsọ díẹ̀ nínú ẹ̀kẹ́ mẹ́nu dání tẹ́lẹ̀ nígbà tẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n sí kò ti wá sọ fún yín point black wípé òun ò ṣe DNA tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ Jossy adébọ́sítà èmi kọ́ mo ní mo fẹ́ DNA àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà ni Mohbad ti sọ ó ní tó bá pa mí ò lè pa gbogbo ẹbí mi gbogbo àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ náà rẹ̀ àwọn náà lọ ń béèrè DNA Jossy bó ló fi gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn síná à ń kẹtàn lé wa ọmọ yẹn kẹtàn.
àwọn ẹbí is not ẹbí yìí náà wọ́n ti dà àwọn ẹbí tí wọ́n free.
Jossy má má da gbogbo àwọn ẹbí tí Mohbad dà lẹ̀ fún ẹ má má dà wọ́n nù kẹ́ kó má dà má dà àwọn ẹbí ẹnu o wọ́n ti dúró tiẹ̀ o wọ́n ti dúró tiẹ̀ wọ́n ṣọmọlúàbí o ọdún méjì Mr Pythagoras Ọláìdé tẹ́mú lọ́ọ̀yà tó tún sanwó skul ẹ̀yin tẹ́ sanwó skul Ọláìdé ó yẹ kẹ́ lọ lù mọ́bi tó wà ní Ọláìdé bá ní pathologist ló máa ṣe DNA ó ní pathologist ló máa ṣe DNA.
ẹlọ́sìn bàbá ẹ̀ ó fọ́ wọn jẹ bọ́gà ní UK bẹ́ẹ̀ ni òfòwò yẹn ṣe.
àdìgbàgbé ó ní pathologist dídí
ó kàn fún wọn jẹ bọ́gà for nothing ni.
ó ga pathologist gbàràpà olùsígbà tí jòsí náà ti lóòótọ́ kó fún pathologist tó wàá ṣe DNA tí jòsí bá ti ẹ̀ gbọ́ àmọ́ pé jòsí olóòbùkún tó bá bọ́ síta sí ní what do I know I'm ordinary carpenter ìwọ kọ́tọ́ lọ fowó rẹ̀ lọ sí school ní UK ó rí pa dójú tì ní ọmọ ni ẹ́ adójútì ní báwo lẹ́sìn máa pàwọ̀ yìí mú ẹ rí adójútì ní ẹ̀dá adójútì ní ọmọ ní ẹ́ wọ́n ní arífà bọ́sítà òun náà ó fẹ́ rìdíìmù glory ẹ̀ glory yẹn ò glory rárá wọ́n léèyàn èèyàn lẹ́bí péré ló wù dọ̀dọ̀dọ̀dọ̀ wọ́n ti wá ní àwọn arífà tó mú gbà yẹn kí làwọn arífà ṣe wọ́n ní Sódómù àti Gòmórà wọ́n ní nǹkan tó ṣe kò wà rántọ́ ní kọ́ pẹ̀lú òyìnbó ní Sódómù àwọn ò ní gbé o wọ́n ní wọ́n máa ní kọjọ ọlọ́pàá ní kóòtù.
ìmọ̀lẹ́lẹ̀ tí a rí fàkìlà ń sọ.
sísítà wọn before náà ni oní ọlọ́yàn triangle onárífà náà bọ́ta lánàá nígbà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ ti ń dàrú onárífà náà bọ́ta tó wá ganu sí ó ní kò réyàn òun èèyàn lẹ́fún péré ló ń wá rí fàlànà. ọlọ́wọ́ ọba ẹ̀yin èèyàn ti try ayé ìgbà rífà òun àti west tó lọ́wọ́.
lọ́rọ̀ kan ẹ̀yin platform yìí lẹ fẹ́ da justice for Mohbad rẹ̀ ẹ̀yin lẹ fẹ́ dà ní àwọn bàbá àtàwọn supporter rẹ̀ ẹ̀yin lẹ lọ ń gbé picture ìyá onídìí ńlá yẹn pẹ̀lú jọ́sí nìkọ̀gbà.
wọ́n láwọn là ń ṣoògùn.
ẹ̀yin lẹ fẹ́ dà wọ́ọ̀lù.
Mr Pythagoras ṣé bàbá ilẹ̀ ọkọ̀ dá ọ̀rọ̀ yìí sílẹ̀ nígbà tẹ́ wá ka kínní wípé nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ nípa bí mọ́ọ̀mí ṣe sùn bàbá nǹkan tí bàbá náà lọ file against kínní yẹn ṣé bàbá ilẹ̀ ọkọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ àbí inú Mr Temi ló
ọkọ̀ show picture láàárọ̀.
Mr Temi ló ọkọ̀ gbé picture wá ẹ̀yin náà wá ṣe tiyín nǹkan tó kọ̀ síjà láàrin gbogbo wọn lélẹ́yìí ṣá. Then kóòtùkùn náà tún wá jáde ó tún wá ka email tó send sí kínní ní gbogbo ẹ̀ fi dàrú báyìí.
ẹ má ṣe báyìí ẹ má dà ní àwọn tọ́jọ́ ń bára wọn ṣiṣẹ́ bí. ẹ má dà ní wọn lù.
àní Mr Pythagoras ẹmọ kan tó fọ́ ni ìkọ́nù wọn bá ní wípé àwa là ń ṣoògùn sáàrin àwọn táwọn fi ń jà ẹlòmíì bá tún dáná pé irọ́ ni àwọn pípù yóò ṣoògùn kankan fúnra wọn ló ń pa fúnra wọn ló ń kún wọn nínú wọn lóògùn ikọ́ tún ní
tọ́bí mi ló ń fẹ́ nǹkan sáfẹ́fẹ́ tọ́bí mi ẹ̀yin ló ń fẹ́ nǹkan sáfẹ́fẹ́ fún wọn.
èmi mò ń fẹ́ sá Vengeance ní Mr Pythagoras ó ní sọ́nà báwo
Ọlọ́run lọ sàbátíkà o.
Sàbátíkà.
Ọlọ́run lọ sàbátíkà.
Ìwé wo ló fẹ́ lọ kà àbólórí?
ló fẹ́ swipe down for some time.
ó fẹ́ swipe down for some time.
ṣé olóṣì ara ẹ̀ tó pera ní dókítà tí ò mọ process tó fi ṣe DNA tó ní kọ́ tẹ́sítì èjì ọmọ kọ́ tẹ́sítì bóòlù kan ṣe bá kọ́ ṣàwo.
tí gbogbo wa ní ṣe dókítà lélẹ̀ àlọ́ ó ní àwa àṣe principalities and powers nìkan olóríṣiríṣi la fi ń ṣe justice ẹnìkan náà wá ìyẹn náà ní olórí ìbú làwọn fífi ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ṣe rí any problem decide ìjòsí o ṣé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́rọ̀ lẹ máa lẹ̀ lọ lé babaláwo àbó aláàfáà lẹ máa lọ sọ pé Jésù Kristi ẹ bá ṣòro ilé ayé yín lọ ọ̀dọ̀ pásítọ̀ àbọ̀dọ̀ wòlíì àbọ̀dọ̀ babaláwo ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn táwa ṣe justice táàbọ̀ ya aláya yín rí lẹ́wọ́n gbé lọ síbẹ̀ àwọn àfáà ti jẹun dànùdànù àwọn babaláwo bí gan ti jẹun dànùdànù lọ́wọ́ èyí justice tó rọ̀ pọ̀ lórí ibu ni. Said they were lying to them about the DNA and bullying case until we expose them. He can be a doctor of apathy ìṣègùn.
Abba doctor ní vengeance ẹ̀fìyẹn lẹ́ǹtì ẹ̀. Abba doctor ní àwọn tó ń ta.
Ṣé tí vengeance ẹ bá gbàgbọ́ fún iṣẹ́ nǹkan lè mú.
Èmi kẹ̀ àwọn tó ń ta tọ́tọ̀gùn nínú móòlù ẹ̀. Òun ni.
Òun àti
àwọn ẹ̀yin ìyá àtẹ̀yìn bàbá mi ẹ ká léṣẹ́ àdàmú báyìí. Ìròyìn ayọ̀ ló mú wá fún mi.
Láti ìlú Òṣòdì títí dé ìlú Ìkọ̀tún là ń lọ. Ẹ bá mi kójú ayọ̀ sókè.
Méjì péré ló kù.
Ẹ bá mi kójú ayọ̀. Ẹ lè rí ní gbogbo chemist but àwọn ò ta ní 5,000 àtà ní 4,000 ó ń dá ní 500 naira láta. Tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí ok ẹ bá mú fún wọn sísà ẹ bá mú fún wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹ bá mi pàṣẹ sí wọn.
Wọ́n wá ní kó máa lọ pè wọ́n wá kẹ́nìbọ̀dì má lọ pé tí gbogbo wọn bá lọ tán ta ló máa kú.
Àwọn olórí burúkú ìtìjú àti àbùkù la máa fi bá kúrò nínú justice for Mohbad mọ́ ẹ.
Ṣé wọ́n ti máa ìtìjú ò ti máa mú wọn? Ṣé Mr. Pythagoras I think this mi ò mọ ọmọ kan sọ ni o apart from gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ pé ẹ ti wá bá wọn debunk bíbá I think pé there is something tó ti yọ sáwọn people yìí kí gbogbo wọn tó máa sọ pé àwọn ò ṣe mọ́ ẹ pé kò pẹ́ tí pọ́ọ̀kì sọ ní inch náà bọ́ síta ìyẹn náà sọ ti ní kó tó di pé wọ́n ní kó pa life fund kan wá.
ó dà pé torí ọ̀rọ̀ tí bàbá wọn jáde wá sọ yẹn náà ni then nǹkan tó tún fàjà wọn tí mo fi ìpò tó fàjà wọn jù is that ṣé press release tí SAN ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ti ṣe mọ̀ pé wọ́n wà aware of it nǹkan tí SAN lọ ṣe tí SAN kọ ṣé kí tó kọ fún.
gbogbo ẹ̀ lámọ̀ náà gbogbo nǹkan tí kinní làwọn lọ ṣe lámọ̀ náà tí SAN ṣìtù.
àwọn ò mọ̀ pé ó lọ file bully case l'Abuja náà ọ̀tọ̀ ní nǹkan tí jò ti sọ pé àwọn lọ ṣe l'Abuja. ẹ mọ̀ pọ́tọ̀ ni gèsì náà wọ́n fẹ́ gbẹ́jọ́ lọ sí Abuja ni bully case lọ́dọ̀ file l'Abuja.
wọ́n lọ file bully case l'Abuja. àwọn Naira Marley.
Sam Larry
kí ló wá ṣe fún Ọlọ́run.
wọ́n ṣàti gbé lọ bẹ̀ but àwọn critical nonsense ò mọ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ ní nǹkan tí bàbá wa sọ ń ta bàbá náà gbé ẹjọ́ lọ sí Àbújá ẹjọ́ kí ló pa Mohbad lọ lóun gbé lọ sí Àbújá ọ̀tọ̀ ní nǹkan tó gbé lọ. ara àwọn nǹkan tó ń fàjà wọn nìyẹn.
ní ìwà ó dẹ̀ tún bọ́sítà wọ́n tún wá gbogbo wọn dẹ̀ kẹ̀rẹ́ pàdé ẹ̀
lò. tẹ́bá ó ní nǹkan tá a gbọ́ tí queen bóyá queen ní àbí nǹkan tó ní bàbá wa consistent ọ̀tọ̀ ní nǹkan tó ń sọ pé tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn sọ pé wà consistent ní pé pàtàkì tó ń wá jókòó dáadáa máa rí pé ọ̀tọ̀ ní gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ. so they are beginning to know pé olóṣì ní gbogbo wọn.
àbáyé wọn fẹ́ bàjẹ́ ní tẹ́lá ní jòsí ó wà consistent jòsí ló wà consistent.
ó dà pé queen ló sọ kínní yẹn ọ̀dọ̀ Prexkesh àbí kí yẹn ló wà jẹ́.
queen alájà ń kọ̀.
ó sọ lọ́dọ̀ Prexkesh níjẹta àbí kí lórúkọ bàbá yìí tó níbẹ̀ ó ti sọ gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yìí pé jòsí ò kọ́kọ́ sọ fáwọn pé blessing pé wọ́n pé kò tún sọ pé Darosha pé pé kò tún sọ pé Darosha pé ipe ó sọ instances bíi mẹ́rin ó ní bọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn rò pé nǹkan tó ń sọ pé bọ̀ téèyàn bá jókòó tó bá lọ gbọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tó sáré pé ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni nǹkan tí Josie sọ pé the
tí ò
inconsistency
bá ṣe
is
pé
too much.
wèrè ni wọ́n nípa ọpọlọ wọn ti dọ́gba ṣó yẹ kó jẹ́sìn lọ́sẹ̀sẹ̀ máa ro gbogbo yẹn.
mo á wò pé olóṣìṣẹ́ bẹ́yìn sọ pé ó wà consistent ni bàbá has been consistent bàbá múlẹ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ jí pé gbogbo Josie ti lò wọ́n tán wọ́n ti jẹ́ lóra wọn tán. Josie is done.
In fact mo gbọ́gà but ẹ dúró náà tẹ bá wo gbogbo náà àwọn tó lọ ra wọn yìí Josie win wọn o ó gbowó ń díẹ̀ ó gba fíìmù ń díẹ̀ ó tún tọpọlọ mọ́ ló fún gbogbo ó tún pè wọ́n ní ìdí ọtí lójú wọn ó tún pè wọ́n stupid páyé wọn ò dá ó tún ẹ rántí pé gbà kan ló sọ fún wọn pé ìmí inú àwọn tó fún ayé àwọn ẹbí ò dá tó. Josie ọlọ́jọ́ òkú rẹ̀ Josie nù àwọn people hands down ẹjọ́ ọpọlọ yín á tún wà máa takú mọ́ ló fún yín á tún máa ní àbí what do I know I'm an ordinary carpenter. Spend it o Josie ó fowó wọn jó gẹ̀lẹ́dẹ́ ó fi gàzọ ó fi gbọ́ ọmọ àwa wí tán wọ́n nìyẹn ṣó yẹ kókó ẹ̀ máa lé ńgbà tọmọ ẹ̀ wà mọ́gì ó tì í bóyá ẹ̀jẹ̀ kan ló rànnù lárẹ̀ okó ò ṣe ní ilé ló wá jẹ́ pé yìí náà ni.
ṣáwọn fẹ́ doko ẹ̀ mú nítorí ṣe ń bèrè ṣókó ẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ kókó ẹ̀
wọ́n ní kílé tó kó ẹ̀ ṣe máa lé
orí wọn ló gbogbo ìran yín iṣẹ́
nígbà tọmọ ẹ̀ wà mọ́gì ó tì í
kẹ má lo ọpọlọ yín
kò yé mi bóyá òun ló bá yé
kẹ má lo sẹ́ẹ̀sì àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ ó ti lò wọ́n tán báyìí ó ti fi wọ́n lẹ̀ Josie ti bá
ó dá àwọn tó ní kólóbó ni.
notice lé ní pé Westo nígbà tó kàn tọ́nù Westo kò sọ̀rọ̀ notice pé Westo ó kóra ń pẹ́ gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn sọ kò lọ direct lọ sí gbogbo tó fẹ́ kó lọ àwọn kì í lè bàjá ìgbà tó fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ kan fi
òun náà ní wá bí wọn wà láì ẹ má bínú Josie bí wọn láyé Josie ò láyé ṣé Westo ìsọ̀rọ̀ ni níjọ́ wo.
ó sọ̀rọ̀ lénìí ó wá ẹmọ pàtó ń sọ pé ó ní nǹkan tí Sani ṣe olóhùn ò blame Sani tóun ó ní nǹkan tí Bukky kọ pé Bukky went too far pé pé wọn lè rò pé bẹ̀bẹ̀ Sani kò lágbára kan láti yí DNA padà pé tọ́ba dẹ̀ máa sọ̀rọ̀ pọ́n fẹ́ ṣe anything lórí DNA yẹn màgòmágó pé it will be the lab tó ti fẹ́ ṣe not San pé San ò lágbára nǹkan òun support Josie in that aspect but àwọn yòókù wọn ò dẹ̀ fẹ́ tún jà àwọn ò fẹ́ tún tọ́ síra wọn lójú ikọ́ nínú kó má sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ní ìwẹ́ bóun ṣe rí nìyẹn owó ò lè bá wọn.
ó mọ̀ pé waste of money waste of time ní DNA tóun fẹ́ ṣe Josie mọ̀ ọ́
ó rọra ń pẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ sọ kò fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kò tiẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kò fẹ́ kó tún mú ohun olóṣì.
Westo ti dé ewúrẹ́ jẹlẹ́jẹlé ó ti gbàgbù tán jẹmọ́.
àdẹ̀ rí Bukky kò tiẹ̀ wá update báyìí àlàyé bó ṣe wà yẹn ó mi ẹsẹ̀ ibi tó bá wà báyìí pé
ó ṣe press up lọ́wọ́ Bukky àlàyé máa gbé yín débẹ̀ máa gbé dé ẹ má wọlé
wà yẹn ó ti lọ Bukky gan ti lọ bóyá wà yẹn
máa gbé yín débẹ̀ ẹ má wọlé máa gbé yín débẹ̀.
ó ti kórè wọlé ó ti ṣe ó ti ṣe damage tó fẹ́ ṣe tán ti kórè wọlé.
ẹ thumbs up tẹ bá rántí pé mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún yín ẹ thumbs up. àwọn wèrè ìyà ń jẹ gbogbo yín Josie dẹ̀ ti sọ fún Bukky ó ní next time tó bá máa bọ́ star kó tó wá sọ̀rọ̀ kó máa Josie ó tọ́ dẹ̀ nìkan tí kọ́ nu gbogbo wọn yẹn sọ ayé ìgbà tí Josie ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní 100k lọ́wọ́ Bukky Josie a máa ní ẹ ṣé mà ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ mà sista Bukky jèsè òun ló wá di ìránṣẹ́bìnrin Josie ò lè kúre mẹ́ ó sì wá di sista Bukky jèsè ó sì wá di ìránṣẹ́bìnrin yẹn máa bá ìránṣẹ́bìnrin yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ mi àníjó òṣìṣẹ́ jòsí ọ̀ràn yàrá yẹn ẹ bá fi ilé kẹ́ fi po ilé pọtí kẹ́ fi ọ̀nà roka fún jòsí ìjọ tí jòsí bá máa jẹjú yín ó máa jẹjú yín correct. Gbogbo 100k búkì jèsè ẹ dúró ná 100k times 24 tó bá jẹ́ pé ó yìí ń fún jòsí o ní 100k o ìránṣẹ́ mi yẹn tí tó bá yìí fún ayẹpọ̀ 100k times 24 bóyá àtijọ́ tí bàbá ti wá sọ̀rọ̀ gan di 100k yẹn ti wá tán báyìí. See that joju ìsọ kò yé mi o a ní sis Tolu God bless you nǹkan tí ò yé mi nínú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn wèrè yìí nìyẹn jòsí tó tẹ gbogbo fámìlì ẹ̀ síta tó lé wọn bíi láńbébé ní kọ̀ọ̀kan tó tún gbé àwọn ọmọ tó kù tí wèrè fokóòdì olòṣì oko tó ń lé yẹn tó fi ibi tó tún gbé wọn ṣépè tí wèrè yóò dé tí ó dé àbọ̀sítà báyìí kó àdírẹ́sì wọn rí ọmọ ẹyọ kan ṣoṣo tí ọmọ ẹ tó ti dalẹ̀ bóra nǹkan ẹyọ kan tó tún wá fi ilé fọ́tò ilé máa fi rántí pé ọlọ́run ò ṣe ọmọdé yòókù ó tún mú yẹn náà ó tún gbé sórí àtẹni jòsí abeg mi rò bóyá rò ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ pé méjì ní ayé yìí jòsí tí rẹ bá pé méjì ẹ gbàgbé tírù jòsí bá pé méjì nílé ayé yìí
Felix wèrè kan ní tírù Yomi yẹn bá pé 5 Nàìjíríà kíkan wà ní north kíkan wà ní pé Nàìjíríà ti máa lọ dájú Nàìjíríà ti máa lọ.
àwọn wèrè Yomi tó
àwọn wèrè là ń bá dìlò onírú Yomi yẹn tó bá pé 5 ìkọ́ tún ní adúrú gbogbo nǹkan tí Yomi ṣe lọ jókòó lójú títì ní kinní yẹn kí bàbá yẹn má lè sọ thank you ní ẹjọ́ ẹ bá mi ṣó ránṣẹ́ ni.
jo frame fúnra rẹ̀ jòsí ò ti ṣẹ́ni jòsí ò rí ìrìn ìdọ̀tí Yomi àníyànmi ni ò mọ̀ wá rẹ̀ jo frame ò kì í rìn ìdọ̀tí ẹni kí jo frame lọ sí ìrìn ìdọ̀tí Yomi olòṣì ló máa lọ yíra mọ́lẹ̀ olòṣì akúṣe òfò stupid mentality tó wà lórí ẹ̀ àléyàn kan béèrè lọ́yẹ̀ pé kílé tó ń sunkún ó ní bóun ṣe sunkún yẹn ó láwọn èèyàn òun rí pé àwọn èèyàn ti ń kọ̀ tí wọ́n ti attach ẹ̀mọ́ justice ó lọ́mọ òun tí òun bí bọ́mọ yẹn á ti over 18 nísìn ń pé ọmọ yẹn lòun rántí òun wá òpó òun jà fọmọ lọ́mọ òun ò lè jà fọmọ tó mọ níṣòrí imagine ó lè jà fún ọmọ tó fi àtọ̀ díẹ̀ bí bọ̀tọ́mọ tí ó kùn ẹ́ lọ́wọ́ tí ó kùn ẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ ló lọ wá justice Yomi ayé ẹ bàjẹ́ àwọn wèrè tọ́dẹ̀ yìí tọ́ tẹ̀lé ẹ̀ wọ́n ò ní rí yẹn béèrè àbí kọ́ rí yẹn sọ fún ẹ pé bọ́dá Yomi obìnrin gba ọmọ lọ́wọ́ yín ọmọ yẹn tún ti 18 òròbẹ́ ọmọ yẹn bá Yomi sọ̀rọ̀ o torí kánípọ̀ ọmọ yẹn bá Yomi sọ̀rọ̀ ni kò ní máa sún olóṣì òní parọ́ pẹ̀lú bírọ̀ náà dẹ̀ ló ń pa bọ́ tí rọ́ tó pa yẹn Yomi ayé ẹ ti bàjẹ́ ọmọ ẹ tún 18 kò tiẹ̀ tún sọ pé òkè òun fẹ́ ní relationship pẹ̀lú bàbá òun ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ti torí ọmọ tí ò mọ̀ rí.
ìṣe ọmọ yẹn ṣá máa rí wèrè tó ń ṣe yìí tó bá jẹ́ yìí ṣá máa rí wèrè tó ń ṣe online á wà lọ identify pẹ̀lú ẹ̀.
Ọlọ́run tún mú kórèdè òun wá ọmọ òun ṣègbè tí ta ló rọ́wọ́ èrè ẹ̀ṣẹ́ ta ló lórí burúkú ẹ̀ṣẹ́ Yomi ayé ẹ ti bàjẹ́ o mélòó náà ló bí méjì àbí bóyá ṣebí yẹn náà ni mẹ̀tọ́ mi ṣebí tóyì tó ti dàgbà yẹn náà ni mẹ̀tọ́ mi láyé ẹ̀ tó bí ó wá lè jà fọmọ ẹ kí ló mú ẹ gbogbo UN ambassador tó ló nìyẹn kí lè tó lọ fi bàjà kí lè tó lọ fi báyìí ọmọ yẹn jà kó máa lọ gbàwé lọ́dọ̀ àwọn UN kó máa mú lọ sílùú tó wà wípé ọmọ ẹ̀ rèé o fẹ́ ní relationship pẹ̀lú ọwọ́ ẹ̀ kò gbà relationship pẹ̀lú ọwọ́ ẹ̀ kò gbà relationship pẹ̀lú ọwọ́ ẹ̀ kò gbà
ṣẹlẹ̀?